put up there, so
Because
we're going to put ours up first.
Send
Yeah.
out text message about 7.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular session of the Grandview Board of Aldermen. The first item on the agenda is roll call.
Mayor Jones.
Here.
Alderman Randolph.
Here.
Alderwoman Jones.
Here.
Alderwoman Turnbaugh. Here. Alderwoman Kendrick.
Here.
Alderman Maloney.
Here.
Alderman Rousey. Here. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. The next item is Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand for the pledge and remain standing for a moment of silent prayer, both for our military members, our Grandview public safety members, as well as their families and the flood victims as well. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very, very much. You may be seated. The next item on the agenda is the approval of tonight's agenda. Is there a motion?
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Maloney.
make a motion we approve tonight's agenda as printed and presented.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor.
Alderman Rousey. Been moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So tonight's agenda has been approved. The next item is the approval of the minutes from the regular sessions, July 8th, 2025. Is there a motion?
Mayor,
Alderman Randolph.
make a motion to approve the regular session minutes from July 8, 2025 as printed.
Thank you. Is there a second? Alderwoman Turnbaugh.
second.
Thank you. It's been moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So the regular session minutes from July 8th, 2025 have been approved. Awards presentation, organizational business, and we have one proclaiming Parks and Recreation Month. So will the Parks and Recreation staff and families come on up? if she wants to. If she wants to. We're not going to make her come up. Thank you. You want to stand by Dad? You can stand by Dad. Yes. He won't bite. This is Parks and Recreation Month that we're celebrating. And we've got a number of Parks and Recreation staff here, and we'll let them introduce themselves. Part of the awesome team that we've been blessed with, and that's encouraging, and their haircuts are starting to look more and more like they should be. We got a pattern going on. That's a good thing. The proclamation reads as follows. Whereas Parks and Recreation programs are an integral part of communities throughout this country, including the city of Grandview, and whereas our parks and recreation are vitally important to establishing and maintaining the quality of life in our communities, ensuring the health of all citizens, and contributing to the economic and environmental well-being of a community and region, and whereas parks and recreation programs build healthy, active communities that aid in the prevention of chronic disease, provide therapeutic recreational services for those who are mentally or physically disabled, and also improve the mental and emotional health of all citizens. And whereas parks and recreation programs increase a community's economic prosperity through increased property values, expansion of local tax base, increased tourism, the attraction and retention of businesses, crime reduction, and on and on and on. And whereas parks and recreations are fundamental to the environmental well-being of our community, and whereas parks and natural recreation areas improve water quality, they protect groundwater, prevent flooding, improve the quality of air we breathe, provide vegetative buffers to development, and produce habitat for wildlife. And whereas our parks and natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for children and adults to connect with, mature, and recreate outdoors. And whereas the U.S. House of Representatives has designated July as Parks and Recreation Month, and whereas the City of Grandview recognizes the benefits derived from parks and recreation resources, therefore, I, Leonard D. Jones, Jr., Mayor, do hereby proclaim the month of July as Parks and Recreation Month in the City of Grandview, Missouri, signed in the City of Grandview, Missouri, this 22nd day of July 2023, and attested by our City Clerk, Melissa Faith. Thank you, sir. And why don't you introduce the staff and your daughter?
Yep, so my name is Jared. This is my daughter Charlotte. And then I'll have the rest of the staff can introduce themselves. So if they showed up here, they gotta say their name too. So.
All right, I'm Andy Larson, Parks and Facilities Manager. That's Carrie Reed, our honorary Parks member.
I'm Justin Weberg, I'm the business manager.
Stephanie Ray, I do marketing and special events.
Megan Russell, I'm the Recreation Services Manager.
Awesome. And I don't know how many of you in the audience had a chance to go by Kids Night on Friday. It was phenomenal. So, I mean, staff, you guys did a fantastic job, and we really, really do appreciate that. We had, almost 1,000 people there, and it was a blast. We had folks in suds that were, 5 feet tall. It was good. So thank you again for all that you do for the City of Grandview. We really do appreciate it. And we're going to start with Sandra. She's going to work our way around to congratulate you. Once again, congratulations. Job well done.
Believe me, there's reason behind it.
So for the month of July, we are celebrating Parks and Recreation Month, which is a blessing all by itself. So the next area is public comment. Anyone who would like to address the Board of Aldermen, please step up to the mic, state your name and your address. You have 3 minutes to address the Board of Aldermen. And once you finish, please sign in with our City Clerk, Melissa Faith, and we will proceed from there. The time is exactly 7:08. I declare public comment open.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Thomas Buselt, B-U-S-E-L-T, 7600 East 126th
Can you get a little
Street.
closer to the mic? Yes.
My address is 7600 East 126th Street in Grandview. Moved here 43 years ago from Arkansas. And I've got a situation on my block that's a nuisance house that just is so neglected, it's really an eyesore and a health hazard. I've reported it over the last 2 years several times, and really 3 years on different events on the block, and I just don't think it's any action taken. And the address is 7400 East 126th. I reported the incident. There was 9 garbage bags in the front yard that were there for almost 3 months, which is a long time, and that's a health hazard. And then I think some neighbors started getting rid of them because one would disappear each week. Right now there's still one there and it's all messed up. And the garbage can's been out there at least 3 months and it's got stuff in it, so I don't know what's in there. I'm thinking about just going and looking inside, which I don't know if I should.
Yeah, don't do that, please.
Okay.
Okay.
The house has walnut trees growing in the foundation, and they're 3-inch caliber now. It's leased on 2 sides. I reported those walnut trees when they were 1-inch caliper, but nothing ever was done about it. And now they're 3-inch caliper. They're really big, okay? About 3 months ago, they put a 40-yard dumpster out front of the place, and inside it was about 2 weeks to fill it, and it was all 30-gallon garbage bags. And I imagine they were all inside, so I don't know what was in those either. But I've never seen the house have a garbage pickup, so you can assume the worst. Okay? Some of the windows from the inside appear to be painted over with white spray paint. So I don't know what's going on there either. And I've talked to the services here, and I even offered to go with the code officer on a ride-along. But they said, no, you can't do that, which I don't know why, but they said I couldn't do it. But I got his card and reported the instance to him personally, and I asked him if he would call me and let me know what he thought and how things might work out. But I never got a call back. And I've called before, different times over the last 3 years, and no action. I mean, at least a call back saying, well, we're not going to do anything about it or something. Okay. I looked at there was an open mailbox the other day, and there was like mail in it this high. And then I started thinking about this, you know, maybe there's somebody inside, but I've gone by that house at night, late evening, and sometimes I go to watch a ball game at my sister's house, and I get home late, but there's never a light on, so I don't know if there's anybody inside it. And I said, well, maybe I better report that to be a safety check at least there. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Carry bone writing.
Well, at least we have the address.
Anyway,
Right.
That's about the size of it. I just have one solution possibly, and it kind of all ties in. When I moved here 43 years ago, I moved to that street because it was one of the nicest streets in Grandview. And evidently I like it because I'm still here. But I just want to improve the neighborhood. I don't think that's a bad thing. I try to get the neighbors, but, you know, sometimes they don't want to come, you know? And they say, well, they don't want to get involved, but I want to get involved because I want to spruce it up. So one thing that I think the other cities have, and I don't know if it's a possibility here, is one carrier for garbage pickup. One of the pet peeves in my that I talked about in other visits too down here is I said, nobody puts their cans away. Now I know there's a city ordinance because I checked before I spouted off on it. They're out there 365 days a week. And when I moved on that block, like I say, one of the nicest, everybody put their trash cans in the garage, hauled them out either at 6 o'clock at night the previous night or in the morning, and put it away. And I know the garages didn't shrink. They're all the 2-car garages. So it's just laziness. And every time somebody comes in as a new owner, 50% of them, then they start the routine of leaving their cans out in the driveway. And it gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
We do appreciate it, and we will get back in touch with you, so you
Okay.
will hear back from the city, okay?
Okay.
And we'll let staff do their jobs and
Right.
keep you informed as well.
Okay, thank you.
No, we appreciate it. Do sign in, though,
Okay.
right here, the city clerk. Thank you very much. Anyone else who would like to address the Board of Aldermen? I see no one else coming this way. It is 7:13. I declare public comment closed. We have 2 public hearings. So the first public hearing is zoning map amendment for 500 through 508 Main Street. The time is 7:13. I declare that public hearing open. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is a zoning map amendment for 500 to 506 Main Street. I think it's better thought of as the building that has Holloway's Simply Grand and Dunn Barbecue in it. This is one building on 3 legal parcels and 4 tenant spaces. The applicant is requesting a zoning map amendment to change the zoning of this location from CS Commercial Service and Wholesale to C3 Downtown Commercial District. As we discussed at the work session last week, there are 4 tenant spaces here, one of which is vacant. Currently, 2 of the 3 occupied spaces are not in compliance with the zoning ordinance. This zoning map amendment will bring those 2 restaurants into compliance, will allow a third tenant to be leased, and then we'll make Holloways a lawful non-conforming use in the C3 zoning district. This zoning map amendment is supported by the future land use map from Grandview 2030, the comprehensive plan, which shows this area as urban center, which is our C3 downtown commercial district zoning. The Planning Commission held a public hearing on this case on July 2nd. There were no public comments at that meeting, and the commission voted unanimously to recommend approval of the zoning map amendment.
Fantastic. Anything else?
Staff also recommends approval.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Again, this is a public hearing. Anyone in the audience would like to address this public hearing at 500 through 500 and, I said 500 and 506 Main Street? Board of Aldermen members, any questions on my left? Any additional questions on my right? Okay. Thank you very much. The time is 7:16. I declare that public hearing closed. 7:16 again. I declare public hearing open for the address is 13118 US 71 Highway.
So this is a conditional use permit application to operate an auto repair business at 13118 South US 71 Highway. This property is zoned CS, Commercial Service and Wholesale District, and in the CS district, auto repair businesses require a conditional use permit to operate. The property owner and applicant contacted Development Services in April to inquire about if this auto repair business, Big C Transmissions LLC, could operate at this location. Staff informed him that he would need to go through the conditional use permit process and be granted one by the Board of Aldermen to lease his property to this tenant. He then submitted his application in May. The Planning Commission held a public hearing on this conditional use permit also on July 2nd and recommended approval unanimously based on the 9 criteria that we look for when it comes to granting conditional use permits, which are mostly just different ways of ensuring that the property is adequate and meets all other zoning and building related ordinances and standards. This property, staff believes, meets all 9 of the requirements. It's a decent sized single story building with 4 vehicle bays. We have really specific regulations about auto repair businesses and the number of vehicles that are allowed to be held on site and screening from the highway. Staff, again, believes that this property meets all of these requirements and that this would be an acceptable use at this location.
Okay. Again, this is a public hearing. Anyone in the audience would like to address this public hearing at 13118 US 71 Highway? If not, Board of Aldermen, any questions on the right side? Questions, comments? Questions, comments on the left side? Yes.
I just had a quick question. Can you remind me what other types of things would need a conditional use permit in the CS? You said CS3?
Just CS, so if,
okay.
Melissa, if you'd be so kind as to scroll down to the attachment. I don't have it
Yeah,
all
it's
completely
already
memorized. I know used auto sales for sure, and then yeah, just to section C, it should be section C. Or D. So then there are kind of 2 categories of conditional use permits. Some require a certain distance be met so that you can't have 2 used car sales businesses or check cashing establishments located within 1,500 feet of each other. Auto repair is not subject to this requirement. So yeah, we can see on the screen the other conditional use permit examples. And there should be a little bit more.
At one, yeah, hold on. Anything else, Emily? Any other? Oh, she's going down. She's scrolling down.
That's all of them.
Okay, all right, perfect. So did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Are you talking about this item in 13118 US 71? Yes. Well, you need to state your name and the address, and then you can ask your question.
My name's Barbara Dater. I live at 902 East 133rd Terrace, so I definitely live on that side of the highway. I think she addressed this, but I just want to ask real quick. whether the runoff from the oil and all that's going to affect the kind of the water and everything on that side. That's the only thing I want to ask.
So that would be an environmental concern that if we heard that there were issues with this location, that would certainly be addressed, that we'd have avenues to address that outside of this conditional use permit. Any insight on that one?
So is that EPA that would be contacted, or another organization be contacted?
Yes, Mayor.
Yeah.
If we were made aware, so one, there are certain conditions in terms of the sanitary conditions that any business operating within the city of Grandview must adhere to. And so we have our neighborhood services officers, which is a part of the community development department, and more specifically the neighborhood services division, that would administer those sections of the code. If there are things associated with oil or anything of that nature, we would contact the EPA and or the Missouri Department of Natural Resources to assist us in looking into those matters. Additionally, there are certain requirements for certain types of chemicals and those sorts of things that our fire department also has jurisdiction over and would be looking into as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Okay, the time is 7:21. I declare the public hearing closed. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Mr. Traveling Dunn. Next area is consent items. Is there a motion for consent items E through J?
Mayor,
Alderwoman Jones.
I move that consent items E through J be approved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderman Randolph.
I'll second.
Thank you. It's been moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So consent items E through J have been approved. The next area is ordinances. Is there a motion for bill number 7858?
Mayor,
Alderman Randolph.
make a motion that bill number 7858 be placed on its first reading.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderwoman Kendrick.
I second.
Thank you.
Bill number 7858, an ordinance authorizing the execution of a Transportation Enhancements Fund Program supplemental agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for utilization of federal funds for the CPKC Blue Ridge Boulevard project.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Randolph.
Aye.
Alderwoman Kendrick.
Aye.
Alderman Maloney.
Aye.
Alderwoman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Rousey. Alderwoman Turnbull.
Motion for second reading.
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Maloney.
move that bill number 7858 be placed on its second reading.
Thank you. Is there a second? Alderwoman Turnbull.
I second.
Thank you.
Bill number 7858, an ordinance authorizing the execution of a Transportation Enhancements Funds Program supplemental agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for utilization of federal funds for the CPKC Blue Ridge Boulevard project.
Any additional questions? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion for final passage.
Mayor,
Alderwoman Jones.
I move that bill 7858 be placed on its final passage and said bill be enacted.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mayor,
Alderman Rousey.
Alderwoman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Rousey. Alderwoman Turnbull. Turnbull, sorry. Alderwoman Kendrick.
Aye.
Alderman Maloney.
Aye.
Alderman Randolph.
aye.
Ordinance number 7595.
So bill number 7858 has passed. It's now ordinance 7595. We'll hold out to other business until the next meeting. Is there a motion for adjournment?
Mayor,
Alderman Randolph.
so moved.
Thank you. Is there a second? Alderwoman Turnbull.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So we are officially adjourned at 7:24.